Hello and welcome to Ryno's Ravens preview. Browns coming into town. This time, at least this time that the Ravens were playing the Browns, Deshaun Watson is healthy enough to play. Earlier in the season, the Ravens went to Cleveland and Deshaun Watson wasn't there. Ravens won that game pretty handily. All right, let's get into the injury stuff. This is BaltimoreRavens.com. Let's go to their injury report page. A few new names on this list. Jalen Armour-Davis has kind of been there for a bit. Illness. Apparently the illness is still going around the locker room. I don't know whether it's the same kind of illness or, it's just that time of year. Nothing listed Wednesday. Didn't participate Thursday. Full participant Friday. Really do want to have depth at cornerback this week. Rashad Bateman and Odell Beckham Jr. are both on here. Bateman with a back. Beckham with rest/knee. Nothing listed for Bateman on Wednesday. Beckham listed as did not participate. Bateman was limited Thursday. Beckham was full go in practice. And they were both full participants Friday. So it looks like they'll be able to play. Marlon Humphrey, this is why I really mentioned you need depth at corner. Marlon Humphrey, hamstring. That's not a great sign. Hamstrings are kinda tricky to heal from. They can be anyway. Nothing listed Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, both limited participant. May have to look to Ronald Darby or Rock Ya-Sin to get majority of the reps at one of these starting cornerback positions opposite Brandon Stevens, who thankfully is not on this list. Keaton Mitchell, breakout game last week, hampered by a bit of a hamstring thing as well. Nothing for Wednesday, limited Thursday, full participant Friday, so he should be available. Morgan Moses, this is good news because Morgan missed last week's game. Shoulder injury, so what's listed, full participant Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So it looks like Morgan Moses will be back at his starting right tackle position, which we definitely need because Garrett and Zadarius Smith over there for Cleveland, very good at pass rushing. Michael Pierce, illness, not. That's what I'm saying about, illness is going around because here we go, another guy now, illness. Didn't participate Wednesday or Thursday, full participant Friday. So he may be over the worst of it. It would seem here because you can see nothing listed on his game status. Marcus Williams, looks like we're getting another starting piece back. Not that we really missed him all that much. Hamstring was his latest ailment. Full participant Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Nothing as far as game status. That is really good, though. We can move him to the starting spot. Geno Stone can have the other starting spot. And you can kind of put Kyle Hamilton wherever you want between another defensive back or a linebacker. He really is almost big enough to be on the field as a linebacker. But what it can allow you to do is line him up against a slot guy and maybe disguise a blitz. Look, if you put a linebacker out there on the slot wide receiver, what does that look like to an opposing offense? Either they're licking their chops because there's a linebacker covering a wide receiver, or they're thinking he's coming on the blitz. If that's Hamilton out there, you don't really know. Does disguise what exactly the Ravens defense is doing there. So that can be beneficial. Take a look at some of the names on the Cleveland Brown injury report. Amari Cooper is on this list. He is one of their top wide receivers. Does say non-injury related, rest, ankle. Didn't participate Wednesday, limited Thursday. Full go Friday practice. So, I mean, he'll be in there, but could be something that could get re-aggravated during game time. Sean Watson is still on this injury report with a right shoulder thing, which is what kept him out of the last game against the Ravens. But he was a full participant all week, so he's looking like he's going to play. This name right here, DeJuan Jones. DeJuan Jones is kind of their second string tackle. Now, it's noteworthy because last week the Browns lost their starting right tackle for the season. Now, apparently, they lose their second string guy as well. Knee, shoulder, didn't participate. Game status out. So, down to like the third string guy at right tackle. That does bode well for the Ravens pass rush. Not that that matters too much, because Deshaun Watson ain't no statue back there. But it does. I mean, it's in the back of your mind. You know you're facing a lesser man on the depth chart. May be able to get home with a 4 or 5 man rush and be able to keep some more guys back in coverage. Maybe. It's possible. Take a look at some of the news articles. This one by Ryan Mink, editorial director. And he really just talks about the injury report. And this is where I got the information about the Browns' offensive line. Which, I mean, I'm saying it's really, well, you don't really know, I guess, technically. Because look at Falalele has been out there for us. He's like our third or fourth string tackle. Falalele hasn't been giving up too many sacks. So it does kind of depend on how practice goes and certain teams, because of contract situations, may not have a guy as far up on the depth chart as he maybe should be. But this is kind of a quick turn. You lost your starter last week. Then you lose your next man up. Now you're at the third man up already, and it's only been a week time. But also in this article, Morgan Moses and... Actually, no, it was the next article. I don't remember. Some of these articles were kind of the same. I was just, making sure I had all my information, but also wanting to give names of where I get this information from. Also, Ryan Mink, editorial director, is on the byline for this article. Headline really says it all. Morgan Moses, Marcus Williams removed from injury report. So we'll have those two guys back this week. And here is the article written specifically on the Browns left tackle. This was written several days ago by Clifton Brown, BaltimoreRavens.com staff writer. Browns starting left tackle, injured reserve. Yeah. Jedrick Willis was the starting right tackle for the Browns. And that's a picture of him getting carted off. Good for us, bad for them. Now, something a little more fun, I guess. last time the Ravens played the Browns, you remember Roquan Smith talking about, oh, I hear they call themselves a dog pound. Well, I consider myself a dog too. And, throwing the bulletin board material out there. This article was written by Kevin Eck, writer. This is Myles Garrett's turn to give out what do we call it? Bulletin board material. Myles Garrett did appear on one of the football shows that run daily in the morning and such. The question was, who's the better quarterback, Joe Burrow or Lamar Jackson? Well, he wanted to deflect the question at first, according to what I read in this article, but he was pushed to make a decision. And it came out something like, well, I'm going to take down Lamar Jackson, so I'm taking Burrow. Yeah, because he's taken down Lamar Jackson so many times. He really hasn't. He does have, somewhere between 7 and 9 sacks against the Ravens. But only a few of them are against Jackson. Huntley has gotten some reps in there. We'll see. You're going to take down Lamar Jackson this time? Or is Lamar Jackson going to break your ankle again this time? Watching that from last time the Ravens played the Browns. Lamar didn't break Myles Garrett's ankle, technically. And it wasn't on like some fancy juke move, but because Lamar is a little slippery in the backfield. At least what I remember, that was the case. Garrett wrapped somebody up in the backfield. I'm pretty sure it was Jackson. I could be wrong. I don't have my tapes anymore, so I can't go back and watch the film. But because of the awkwardness of tackling Lamar Jackson and the weird way you contort your body, sometimes I have to bring somebody like that down. Garrett's ankle kind of got caught up underneath of everything, not folding exactly the right way. So, that's where I get Lamar broke her ankle. Because Myles Garrett was a little limited after that. That's how you slow down a pass rush. You make their legs go under them while they're tackling you a little funky. That'll slow them down for next time. We'll just have to see. It is going to be, I definitely think it's going to be a much better game because both starting quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson and Deshaun Watson, appear to be closer to 100% than they were last game because Watson didn't play at all. And more bulletin board material, which I'm pretty sure was this article. Mangini, I can't remember. He's the head coach with the Jets a long time ago. Eric, right? Eric Mangini. Seemed to want to downplay how well Lamar Jackson is playing this year because Lamar only has 9 touchdown passes, which, it's true. Lamar Jackson's completion percentage is very high this year. And amidst that, some of these pundits have wanted to say that Lamar Jackson is the mid-season MVP. Well, Mangini's like, well, he doesn't have that many touchdown passes, which is true. Lamar's touchdown passes are somewhat low. Now, he's also ran for a few. So, does he kind of get credit for them as well? Well, yeah. If you throw 9, and I honestly don't remember how many Lamar's run for off the top of my head. It's not too important. He's run for at least 3. Pretty sure. He ran for 2 in the last game against the Browns, didn't he? Pretty sure I saw that in one of these articles somewhere. So Lamar is responsible for at least 11 of the Ravens' touchdowns. Probably closer to 14 because I'm pretty sure he's ran for at least 4 or 5. There is a different thing there. Yes, you can look at how many touchdown passes your quarterback or a quarterback has thrown. But if said quarterback runs for 5, do you not factor that into the equation as well? Because there's a reason why that quarterback was able to run for all them touchdowns. Now, I'm not saying that Lamar Jackson is an MVP quarterback again, but he does deserve a little bit more credit, I guess, than what Mr. Mangini, who is not coaching in the NFL anymore. Might be a reason for that. But, again, we'll have to see Sunday, so let's get into some of the logistics here. Going to be somewhat of a difficult, 5 days, I guess, for the Ravens? Sunday, November 12th, 1 p.m., Cleveland Browns at M&T Bank Stadium against the Baltimore Ravens. And not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but to a certain extent, I know players are going to look ahead, and some people are going to look ahead. You see this, Cincinnati Bengals coming into town Thursday night. So, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, right? Because Thursday would be day 5. Difficult 5 days to face the Browns and the Bengals. I still don't get it. I mean, it's nice that they're both home games. I'm sure that does make it a little easier, but I still don't get why they still want to do this Thursday game bullshit. But yet they're so concerned about player safety. It's got to be pushed to Friday or Saturday. Or something. Or give teams a bye week before. Like, you got to be on your bye week, and then you can play Thursday. But no, I mean, the NFL doesn't do that. Because they're really not that worried about player safety as much as they say. They're worried about money. So they're worried about quarterback safety because they think quarterbacks will make them the most money if they're healthy. That's really what it is. All right. Getting to the end of this, summarize this stuff up. Ravens are getting a few pieces back, like, say, Morgan Moses and Marcus Williams. Big key pieces coming back. Now, you really care about Morgan Moses coming back because that does allow McCary to be in his backup role, which is better because Browns can bring the pass rush, led by Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett is one of the greatest. No, I don't know if. He's probably the greatest active defensive lineman, I think. He's big. He's strong. He brings quarterbacks down. It's a tough task to get that man blocked. Ravens have done a fairly good job in the past, though he has gotten his numbers. Now they have Zadarius Smith, who the Ravens trained how to rush the passer, opposite him. So having Morgan Moses back with a McCary ready to go in there and in relief, I guess, would be the next best word, I guess. If it appears that Morgan Moses or Stanley isn't getting the job done, maybe give Myles Garrett or Zadarius Smith another look. And at the same time, getting Marcus Williams back is going to help the defense, especially with Deshaun Watson looking like he's closer to full strength. Going to help in the pass coverage, going to bring Kyle Hamilton down in the box more, and hopefully some of those 100-yard rushing games that the Ravens have had in the past few weeks won't happen. Arizona Cardinals, yeah. Be sure to like and subscribe. I am the Angry Ryno. Fly, Ravens, fly.